Bessie Head's Maru explores the intricacies of prejudice, love, and societal transformation in a rural African setting, centering on a conflict between deeply ingrained cultural biases and the possibility for empathy and equality. At its heart is the story of Margaret Cadmore, a young woman of the Masarwa or Bushman people, who is taken in and educated by a white missionary. Margaret's racial identity makes her an outcast in the rigidly hierarchical society in which she lives, one that reserves the lowest status for the Masarwa people. Her adopted mother, also named Margaret Cadmore, ensures her daughter receives a solid education, which propels her into a higher social position than any other Masarwa. This education also plants the seeds of subversive change, challenging the structure that defines social value based on ethnicity. Margaret's beauty and intelligence make her an object of fascination for both Maru and Moleka, two friends who are influential in the community but who harbor vastly different personalities. Maru, the title character, is more introspective and strategic, while Moleka is passionate and impulsive. Their love for Margaret is complicated by their awareness of the rigid societal prejudice against her, particularly from Maru, who secretly envisions her as a potential symbol of social change. In Margaret, Maru perceives a vehicle for his own ambitions to challenge and dismantle the deeply ingrained biases against the Masarwa. This inner conflict between societal expectations and individual ideals fuels much of the narrative's tension, and Head delves into how these tensions mirror broader issues of race, power, and identity in post-colonial African societies. The story draws attention to the power dynamics embedded in class and race. Margaret's identity as a Masarwa forces her to confront the pain of social invisibility, not only as an individual but also as a representative of an entire marginalized group. Through her, Head examines the psychological impacts of such societal ostracism. She is given opportunities that should theoretically allow her to transcend these boundaries, but the system around her resists this shift, exposing the powerful inertia of tradition and bias. Her love life, too, is controlled by these prejudices, as the men around her weigh their attraction against the potential repercussions of aligning with a woman from a stigmatized background. For Margaret, her relationship with Maru offers a chance for emotional fulfillment and personal dignity, while Maru's interest in her borders on the symbolic, viewing her as a figure who could transform the lives of the Masarwa people. Bessie Head's portrayal of Maru himself is layered, as he represents both a rebellious force against social norms and a product of the same prejudices he seeks to eliminate. His affection for Margaret is laced with complexities, as he often seems to manipulate her existence as a tool for his vision of social equality. Maru's personality is marked by a paradox. He is sincere in his revolutionary intentions, yet his use of Margaret as a means to this end suggests he may not fully value her autonomy. This duality in Maru's character reflects a broader critique of leadership and the potential for manipulation within liberation movements. Head implicitly questions whether those in power, even if well-intentioned, are capable of fostering true equality without reinforcing the power imbalances they seek to address. Through Margaret's journey, Head presents a vision of quiet resistance and self-assertion. Margaret does not directly challenge society or engage in confrontational activism. Instead, her resistance is shown in her insistence on simply existing, educating herself, and striving for a dignified life. This form of resilience speaks to the strength of individuals who face systemic discrimination but refuse to be confined by it. Her relationship with Maru, ultimately, represents an alliance not founded on social validation or approval but on a mutual understanding of the desire to overcome limitations imposed by external forces. Maru is a meditation on the potential for individuals to transcend societal boundaries, yet it remains aware of the inherent difficulties in overturning entrenched social norms. Head's subtle prose and multidimensional characters illustrate the complexities of love, power, and social evolution in a deeply hierarchical society. She raises critical questions about whether true equality can be achieved without sacrificing individual agency or whether well-intentioned movements are inevitably constrained by the very power structures they hope to dismantle. The novel's conclusion offers a vision of hope tempered with realism, acknowledging both the possibility of change and the enduring resistance to it. Through Margaret and Maru, Head offers a powerful commentary on the need for empathy and the courage to envision a world that values individuals beyond their societal labels.